TBIC, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in partnership with Say TNS Media Group with the team and the family. Well, thank you for the subscribers we have and the followers we have, those who are currently watching our content. Thank you guys for tuning in and being supportive. Game 4 NBA Finals tonight. Wemby and the Spurs will be traveling. Well, actually, already in New York. They will be being hosted by the New York Knicks tonight for a Game 4 matchup that I believe is going to be very epic. It's going to be very competitive from the beginning to the end. Reason being is because, of course, the Knicks do not want to allow the Spurs to tie this series up, and they also understand that going up 3-1 means that they would possibly have a chokehold on the series, which would make it very difficult for the Spurs to even come back because, you know, history tells us it's not very many teams who have come back from down 3-1. Most recently, a comeback was, I believe, the Cleveland Cavaliers coming back from down 3-1 and winning the NBA Finals. Now, we look at this series, and we go to the Spurs, and of course, they don't want to go down 3-1 because they understand the numbers show that the chances for them to win the finals if they go down 3-1 is, little to none. And also, they understand that by tying this series up, this would now give them home court advantage. Just would kind of switch the home court advantage back into their favor, going back to San Antonio. So I expect both teams to put their best effort forward. This is going to probably be the best game that we're going to see in the finals outside of a game. It's going to be like a Game 7 tonight because it's a tug of war. You can't go down 3-1 and you don't want to allow them tied up, go 2-2. So it's going to be. They're going to be fighting for their finals lives, I should say. The big takeaways in the big factors, I believe Mikal Bridges have to play very well tonight. If they get at least 12 to 15 points from Mikal Bridges, it will make it a lot easier for the Knicks to win this game. Can Anunoby play well tonight and get 20 points, 25 points tonight? Maybe so. He has won a championship with the Toronto Raptors. Can he give them 20 to 25 tonight? I don't know, but it's very possible. Then you go to Cat. Cat is playing fairly well in this series. Didn't play too well in Game 3, but Game 4, I believe he's going to be playing very, very well. He's going to be very, very aggressive down low because we know last game they were out foul shots. The Spurs had 10 more attempts than they did. So the coaches was complaining about the foul shots. But now I think that the Knicks are going to kind of, put a lot of pressure down low. Now on duty. But I think that the Spurs are going to play Wemby a lot of minutes because Wemby controls the paint to kind of offset them attacking the rim. Now we go to the Spurs. The Spurs, they just have to play and be themselves. Castle, Champagnie, I think if those players play under control, Harper plays under control, it's going to be very easy for them to tie this series up. They have the youth. They have they can switch basically on Brunson and make it difficult on him. They've been doing it all series. And some say this series should have been tied 2-2, but we'll just go off of what it is. It's now 2-1. But if you can get Champagnie, Castle, and Harper to play under control. Do not turn the ball over. Do not get caught up in the moment and try to do too much. Do not make silly fouls. Do not argue with the refs, get technical fouls. Do not flop. Do not flop. All this extra stuff. They go out and just play defense. They should win this game tonight, and they should win the series. But I just think that they have to focus more on the game plan and not get too caught up in the moment. I just see sometimes Castle just gets to me sometimes. He's just too emotional. It's okay to be emotional, but you're just too emotional. Your emotions is directed to the wrong place. Your emotions should be more directed into the actual intangibles of winning the game, not arguing with the refs, not running into players, not, all this extra stuff. Control your emotions, young man. This is the biggest stage that you've ever played on. This is the biggest stage of your life. You cannot take this for granted. Control your emotions. Control yourself. Play controlled basketball. But be hell of aggressive, but be controlled. Your team needs you to win. You know, so I expect them guys, Champagnie, and get some shots off, man. You know, you play good in the first few minutes of the first quarter, in the first half rather, but then you kind of dwindled away. They're going to need you to make some clutch shots in this game. Going to need all hands on deck. Going to need everyone to play out of their mind this series. You know, starting with Wemby for the Spurs, and then, you know, Castle, Harper, and then De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox was once a 25 per game, you know, point scorer every night, but he's not doing it. But if he can get up to 18 tonight and knock those threes down and play fairly well, it could be very, very difficult for the Spurs to win this game. So those are the factors that I have that can actually win the game for each team. I'm just still expecting the Spurs to win tonight. I think they're going to win tonight. I think they're going to win the series. And when they go back to San Antonio, if they win this game tonight, the Knicks are going to be shell-shocked. They're going to be, you know, I know they can win on the road. They have shown they can win on the road. Their winning streak has been snapped, but they have shown that they can win on the road. I just expect the Spurs to win tonight. I think the Spurs are going to be overwhelmingly great on defense. They match up so well with Brunson, switching everything with him and keeping Wemby in the paint to change shots. I think that they will kind of pull it off, in my opinion. I know everybody's looking at, you know, the home court advantage. Knicks are at home, but they just lost. And then these fans, you know, these Knicks fans, you know, beating up Spurs fans. Like, what's going on? Like, the Knicks are like turning into like how should I say this? The Knicks are turning into like, they just turn into, you know, some YNs up there, man. The whole the fans are fight. It's terrible. It's a disaster. You know, I'm from Philly, so we're kind of used to this here in Philly. We've seen this happen over and over and over again as well. But, you know, we're used to it. But it seems like it's just we're rubbing off on the New York Knicks, and Knicks fans are now fighting the Spurs fans. They are now showing up at other people's arenas, being bullies, booing, yelling, screaming at the home team. How is it that there's so many New York Knicks fans in other arenas? You know, whereas they're making the home team feel like they're playing an away game. And now it's almost like fans are scared to go to New York because they're going to get beat up and bullied. So for me, I think that, you know, the Knicks, they have something going good because that's really, really good. The intimidation factor, it is, but I don't condone putting hands on anyone, but the intimidation factor means a lot. Keep your Spurs fans out of our building. That's basically what they're saying. Don't come to our arena. Stay home and watch the game. Don't come here. Don't be a Spurs fan and come to the Garden. You know, you might leave with a black eye. So that's the way I see it, man. It's TBISC, the best in sports entertainment.